There we go.
Woo!
I was like, oh no.
You're that way. Oh, perfect.
Hooray. I'm so glad we got it working.
Thank goodness.
So would you like to introduce yourselves and your store?
My name is Noreen Murray. I'm the owner of Dancer's Boutique at 143 John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And on with us is my manager, Patty Testagrossa.
I'm here.
Hello.
I'm here. I'm holding the phone. Hi.
So Dancer's Boutique has been in business. The store itself has been in business for over 33 years.
Wow.
And I owned a store in Salem, New Hampshire. So when the previous owner was going to retire and close the store down, I decided to purchase the store, close my store in New Hampshire, and I commute to this store. So
Oh, wow.
50 miles to the store and 50 miles to go back home.
Oh, wow. That's dedication.
Yes.
Oh,
I love the business. So you have to love what you do. And
yeah. Yes, without a doubt. Absolutely. Would you like to show us around your store and talk a bit about it?
Sure.
I'll follow you.
No, I'm going to take the phone and you're going to.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, it's me.
Yeah, how do I flip this around? Okay. So there's.
Oh, hi.
Hold on, Patty. Tell us.
So what am I supposed? Okay, so I'm supposed to tell you that I've been here for a very long time. I'm a what do they say? A face to the place, I guess. I was with the previous owner for a very long time. We've been here for, like Noreen said, 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like she said, we love what we do, and that's why we're here. And we're just
Fantastic.
after all this with this COVID-19 that we can all get back and have a striving business like it was.
Absolutely.
And
How
so
have you guys been coping during lockdown? Have you guys been doing sales through your website? Have you been doing curbside pickup or?
Well, we don't have the website up as of right now. We're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously curbside pickup, we can only begin that today where, Governor has shut all of this down. So we're just starting to get back. This is the first week we're able to do curbside pickup.
Oh, wow.
And hopefully next week we can extend that a little bit further and open our doors to get into the store, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
We enjoy our customers and having them come in and shop and enjoy. And like they say, kids in a candy store, when they come in, they have a lot of fun. So we're hoping that all returns. Well, we're going to be positive and say that's all going to be returning.
Definitely. I'm sure it will.
By next week or even there the week after.
Fabulous. So tell us a little bit about the kind of services you offer. Obviously, you do point shoe fittings. Can you tell us a bit about how a point shoe fitting goes with you guys? Like, do you have any, what's your kind of process with that, so to speak?
Well, I've been doing it for a long time. We try to carry many different brands.
Mm-hmm.
We have girls come in and call and make appointments, because especially with your first time girls, takes a little bit longer. We take pride in that. We want to make sure that, they're happy, they're comfortable as can be. We have a lot of material that we go over with them. We have a lot of different accessories.
Mm-hmm.
So they call ahead and we try to book them in. Matter of fact, we just had a group that called us just a few minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
Looking to come down with 4 or 5 girls. And, now we're into July with that, only because, we don't know where we can go with it.
No, of course. Absolutely.
So we have them come down as, we're going to have them come down as a group, but take them one at a time and try to stay as social distance as we can, which is fun. I don't like the mask, but
I know, it's crazy. Could you show us your fitting area?
Yeah, well, we just have this area here. Obviously, it's a little bit different, as you can see. Well,
sure, of course.
Only because we had to separate things.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a couple chairs. We set the chairs up here.
Yep.
here and face the girls and,
Uh-huh.
you know, like I said, go over all the material.
Yeah,
that we need.
absolutely. Very
Try
important.
any different shoes on. We do whatever works.
For
Mainly,
sure.
you know, we always say, you know, never just one pair because then they don't have anything to compare it to. And then we always have the repeats that love what they're wearing and may want to come back or even may want to change. So we just take each and every girl, obviously individual. Oh, yes, we're so excited to get your shoes in. They're coming. We've got to, you know, we've got to read up on them. We've got to have them in our store. You know, they're not here yet, but they're coming. We're so excited about
Sorry, I missed that bit. Was that about Nikolay pointe shoes? Was that?
Nikolay, yes.
Oh, yes, you're getting
Sorry.
it ordered soon, right?
We should be getting it soon.
Oh, fantastic. What did you order?
Obviously, we have to start small. We'd love to
Of
start
course.
and bring them all in, but we can't do that.
No,
So
no,
we're
of course.
going to start small. We're going to do a lot of, Noreen's going to do a lot of social media with them.
Excellent, excellent.
So excited to get them on feet.
What model?
We did have a couple pair that came in to view. They're actually beautiful. They look like they're going to be a lot more comfortable.
She's asking you a question.
What models are you going to stock initially?
Oh, what models? I'm sorry.
Nova Flex and the Triumph.
The Triumph.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Nova.
And the
Okay.
Nova. Yeah.
Cool.
So, what are your thoughts with those? Is that probably the best? Is that the best way to start?
Obviously it would have been better if you could have got a few more models. I understand that obviously it's a bit difficult when you're coming back from lockdown to have like the money available. But you definitely need to get more models because you're not going to be able to do as many feet as you would, you know, it's not enough in my opinion. Also what you need to really be careful about is how many sizes and widths are you stocking as well, because for example, it definitely would have been a good idea to get some 3007s for sure, because that shoe is based on our top seller, the 2007. So that would have sold for you very well. I mean, the models you've chosen are still great models, but it's nice, you know, as you progress to get more and more available, and also different shank strengths as well.
Mm-hmm. I think our biggest thought as of right now, to be honest, was, and I believe those are coming, did you call, were they the 3,000?
3007s, yeah.
Those are coming, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. But it's a matter of time-wise, too. Right now, the time is in, you know.
I understand, sure.
So we're hoping to get all of those in by the time it starts getting busier. So
absolutely.
Options, which is nice. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you know, see how you go with them, and you can always message me and I can help you out with deciding in the future what you should go forward with. Because it's always, you know, you have to learn about what kind of feet people get, what kind of levels of dancer they're getting to be able to recommend future products. Do you stock any of our dancewear or slippers or anything like that?
We haven't as of right now. I think, it's only because of the time.
Of course, sure.
Fortunate that this all, you know, came at this time.
But at least now we have at least now we have the option, because in the future, you know, we never used to have that option in America before. So it's nice that nowadays you know, you guys have so much access to great products from us with the whole range. And so that's really good because we never had that before, right?
Yes. And, you know, we love new product. We've seen some of the lines. So it is absolutely beautiful. We're hoping that, you know, we can extend that.
Absolutely.
That is something we're hoping to do. So fingers crossed.
Is there much of a dance community around your area? Do you have a lot of different dance schools, or are they quite spaced out?
You know what? We do have a lot of different dance schools, and that's what's so nice is, matter of fact, we have, you know, this big, huge dance studio right around the corner from us.
Oh, wow.
Dance. We have Paula Mueller's. We have Greendale Dance. You know, all of the surrounding studios. We have Freeform, you know. So all of these all of these studios that support us, we support them. It's like a big community.
Sure, nice.
Big family community like that.
Do
all
you...
of them are not dancing right now. So.
Sure. Do you get many adult dancers as well, like adult ballet students?
We do. Well, not a lot, but we do get adult. Yeah, a lot of tappers.
Oh, cool.
Adult tappers. So yeah.
Tap's my favorite.
Ah.
Tap's Noreen's favorite.
I've been tapping in my basement.
Love it.
Let us show you around a little.
Yes, show us more in detail.
From here, we have all our shoes here on the wall. Noreen came in and painted it. It's a pretty...
nice.
Yes. We don't put out our point shoes because we don't want everybody handling them.
Oh, sure, I get you.
So we don't do that. As they come in, we bring them out so they know
yeah, that makes sense.
what we have. We can just kind of go around the room. So we have fitting here.
Yep.
We have a dressing room around the corner, but
cool.
All our dance.
We just recently, I know you can't see me, but I'm here. We just recently redid all of our changing rooms.
Oh, really nice.
Kind of add a little personal.
I like the decals on the wall. That's a cute touch.
Yeah.
Fab.
Yeah. So, we try to bring in as much new as we can. And, we're excited for that. We're excited to bring new things in because the girls are excited. They always want the new, we don't do a lot of basic. We do a lot of fashion things. So that's what they're looking for. So
Peter asked, when do you think dance schools will be able to reopen in your area?
Well, if it was our hope, we would hope them, they would have their summer programs up and running, hopefully. I mean, that's big for us. And all the kids are looking forward to going back to summer programs since a lot of them missed competition. So with summer programs, hopefully, but if I'm going to answer you that today, it doesn't look too hopefully today, but who knows what next week's going to bring us.
Sure.
So, we're hoping it's going to happen.
I think that in the UK, it's not going to happen till maybe September at this rate.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's, we're hoping that too. And now, you hear something different every day. We're hoping that even the fall will come. Do
you know what I find interesting is in Italy there's a lot of dance schools opening in June.
In Italy?
Yeah.
In June. Wow.
I've got customers telling me, oh yeah, my dance school's opening up in June, and I'm just like, wow, really?
So that's great news because for me that's hopeful. You know what I mean? We're hoping and we're trying to stay positive, and if that's the case. So again, from day to day, we never know, right? We never know if it's going to be, a summer, if it's going to, who knows?
Yeah, it is tricky.
I know you're doing a lot of virtual dancing, which is good.
Oh, yeah, I have. I've been doing a lot of virtual classes myself. It's fun, but of course it's not the same. It's great that teachers are putting themselves out there to do this and to try and save their business. But, it can go either way. Sometimes it can be quite dangerous because you're more liable to pick up bad habits. But I'm thankful it exists, but it's just, it's hard to be motivated with it, to be honest.
Lexi said, hi, Patty.
Hi.
Hi, Lexi. We're here. We're open.
All our customers. The only really hard part is going to be that we won't be able to give them all a hug,
Oh, yeah, sure.
But we've built our customers for so many years, and we're so looking forward to seeing all their smiling faces again because we know that they're happy.
So we're open. I'm going to actually flip this around.
Okay.
So we're actually open this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're open from 10 to 4. We're doing curbside pickup. So if anybody is looking for product, you need tights, you need a new pair of ballet shoes, you can call us You can direct message us on Instagram. You can Facebook message us. Call us, 978-343-6171. Our email address is dancersboutique18@gmail.com. We're offering, like I said, curbside pickup. You need me to deliver something. We're willing to do whatever it takes to get you what you need. So,
fabulous.
So this week is curbside. We're fingers crossed. Next week customers will be open to the public, so we can have customers come in. And, you know, we're following all the guidelines that the governor has recommended for us. We're in face masks. We actually have a station outside. We have face masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, and we're taking all the precautions to keep our customers safe, as well as myself and Pat.
Of course, absolutely. Very important.
All right.
We're going to flip it.
Okay.
One more time. Sorry, I'm so close.
Okay, so how do you do that?
There's a little button somewhere at the top, on the top left, usually.
There we go. That's a little bit easier.
Would you like to, why don't both of you guys take a seat and try to prop the phone up somewhere, if that makes sense?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Where can we do that? Let's put it over here.
It's tricky, I know.
Let's put it right here and see. Will this work? Maybe it will.
Turn it around.
Oh, yeah, turn it around again. Hello. all this technology.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Oh, that'll work.
We know how to Zoom now, which is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Come back over there. Can you see us now?
Yeah, I can see.
See, we can't even talk.
You might want to aim it a little bit down if you can. It's a little bit, so it needs to tilt a little bit downwards.
Like that?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how we can do that.
I need a selfie stick.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I use? Well, I've got it on my light at the moment, but I use a pop socket mount, and it sticks, and it's like a suction, and you can stick it on things and put your phone with a pop socket in there. It's really handy.
Dancers need one of those.
Yeah, they're really good because it's great when you're doing classes because you can put your phone on it, or I can even attach it to my bar, so when I'm doing a class I can see up close. It's really handy.
Leanne, how long have you been teaching class?
Oh, I don't teach classes. I'm not a teacher. I just do classes, as in take part. I've danced all my life, but I just do ballet nowadays. I used to do jazz and modern when I was younger as well, but I just do ballet now.
And your favorite color is purple?
Pink and purple, actually. Do you know what? My hair is really blonde now. It's usually pink, but it's because of lockdown. I can't go to the salon.
Well, trust me. See, we try to hide what we have.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yes. No hair, no nails, no pedicures.
It's awful. I know. I feel you. Do you guys have any interesting stories to tell us about your store or your customers? Like anything great and wonderful, anything interesting that you might want to share with us?
Interesting that we might want to share.
We have one particular customer. It's actually Lexi, who's actually on now. During the whole pandemic, she actually went out front and took a picture and posted few of my favorite places in Dancer's Boutique. She was in the parking lot in front of our door, and she actually took a picture and had it posted on Instagram, which I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was really nice. She has definitely been a customer of ours for a long time. And they come in they say their favorite place.
Fabulous. I'm just, because I'm double streaming, I'm just reading the comments on Grishko World as well. And someone has asked a question about the differences between Nova and Nova Flex. So I'm just going to go through that for them. So if you guys are watching on Grishko World, I'm sorry if I haven't gone through all of your questions yet, but I am looking and I am going to get round to them. So let's just tell them a little bit about it. So we have Nova, there's also Nova Pro, and there's Nova Flex. So I'm going to show you guys a difference. I'm just going to grab a Nova Flex. So with the classic Nova, it's built on 2007 last. It's from 2007 family, but we also have the Pro option, which means that it's sound absorption and it's a little bit more flexible in the shank and the box paste. So they all look the same because they're all built on the same last, but the main difference is with the Pro, it's sound absorption, a little bit more flexible, but with the Flex, it is very, very flexible in the shank, as you can see, a lot more flexible. And it's also more lightweight, and also, you know, it's great for dancers that want a bit of a softer shank. And it comes in different shank options as well, just so you know. But as you can see, when you hold them together, they're exactly the same last, same shape, same platform, everything else. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out. If you have any further questions, you can ask. Sorry about that. Okay, so what out of the shoes that you saw that you're going to get, which would you say you're most excited about?
3007.
Fabulous. It is a great one. It's definitely, in my opinion, a really good upgrade from the 2007.
Yeah, that's what we have here.
Yeah, show us.
We have one here with us.
Fab.
We do have one of the 3007s. And it's such a beautiful shoe. It seems like it would be very easy to work in.
Yes, it is, for sure. It's a lot more flexible than the 2007.
Is it really? Okay. Now, when I'm fitting the shoe, am I able to manipulate it a little bit?
Sorry, yeah, just a little bit. Don't go bonkers with it because you don't want to break it or make it too bendy because everyone's arch breaks in a different area, obviously.
Correct.
But yeah, it's a lot more flexible. So for example, I did a video on YouTube comparing the 2007 to 3007, and it's absolutely mind-blowing how much more over on point I can personally get in 3007. Whereas in 2007, even in the super soft shank, I could not get fully over. Whereas I can wear the 3007 out of the bag and get on the platform because it's so much more pliable. When I prep by the way, I just want to go through a few things in case you don't know. I mean, you might know, but hey, I just did a video on YouTube about breaking in shoes and I went into thorough detail. I did a talk first, and there's me on point and there's one of the NG generation on point. We show some of our favorite exercises to break point shoes in. But personally, when I'm thinking about where I'm going to bend the shank, we don't want to go too mad because we don't want to, one, we don't want to break it. Two, we don't want to make the lifespan shorter. And three, we've got to ensure the shank still supports the dancer's foot. So one of my favorite things to do is I show this in the video as well, but I put my foot or the dancer's foot in it. I pull back the heel piece when the dancer's foot is on point, and I look to see where their arch is, because you know everybody's arches can be different. So for me personally, my arch breaks a little higher. So I mark with a pencil or, you know, kind of gauge where it's going to be, flip that back, and then I look where I've made the mark, and I do a little gentle bit to it, just so it curves enough to get into my arch. Because of course the shank's got to support your whole foot. If it's too straight, it means the dancer's weight's going to go down and she's likely to kill the box first. Whereas all the contact points should be working together so that the weight of the dancer is distributed evenly, but also the shoe breaks down evenly. So we're not getting, say, box die quicker or shank die quicker. We can also, like someone asked another, by the way, everyone's questions, I will get round to you. I'm sorry I haven't got there yet. So that's personally how I do it. And then I do loads of roll throughs. I like to wear the booties over the top to get my feet nice and hot, or I like to wear thick fuzzy socks. I do loads of roll throughs, releves, prances, all that kind of business to get the demi point, and I'm good to go. But obviously we do need to make sure we choose the correct shank strength for the dancers, because that's where I see people go wrong. For example, I get dancers come to me who are in a Grishko Nikolay shoe that is too hard for them and they really struggle with the shank. So that's why personally, you know, if I see someone and I haven't got that shank strength in stock that I know they need, I order it in, because we don't want to put them in something too hard, but we don't want to go too soft either. But also don't forget, it depends on the level of dancer, because if they're professional, it's a whole different ball game. So that's my thoughts on that. And Mr. Grishko has kindly been answering some of the questions. As for beginner point shoes, Competitors Closet asked about that. Now, really, yes, we have a 3-step program, which includes obviously the demi point shoe, which I love. to get people prepared for pointe. But we also have Alice and Novice 2007. Alice is good for lightweight dancers. We must not put dancers that are too heavy in Alice, because it is a very, very soft shoe. Soft shank and a soft box. If the dancer is a little bit taller, heavier, she's going to kill that shoe very quickly, regardless of being a beginner or not. But Alice is still a wonderful shoe. Alice is built on 2007. Alice is designed for bar use only, not center work, because it's very flexible. Next step is Novice 2007, which is a super soft shank built on 2007 last with a half box. That one is a little bit stronger, so it can be used for center. I actually even put adult beginners in it if their foot suits it. But like I tell everybody, when you're fitting beginners, intermediate, professional, whoever, don't just go by, oh, that model's a beginner shoe. You need to assess what you've got in front of you. Foot shape, toe configuration, arches, insteps, ankle rotation, alignment, core strength. You know the drill. Everything has to come together. So it's not just, oh, this is a beginner shoe, so I'm going to put you in that. No, that's the wrong way to think about it. We need to assess all the different parts of the dancer. Because, for example, I've even put dancers in Nova as a beginner in a medium shank, or, you know, Super Triumph. It just depends. But that's personally how I fit and how to get great results with the dancer sat in front of you, not just go by that. So yeah, 3007 as well is a great all-rounder shoe. It works on a variety of dancers, but just act with caution if you've got a dancer with a highly flexible foot, because you'll find that they might need to go up a shank in it, or they might need to stick with another shoe. So like the classic 2007, you'll still be able to get that, I believe. And also they might enjoy the many other models that we do. So thank you for your questions, by the way. It's great. So tell me a little bit about the kind of levels of dancer you guys get. Do you get, is it mostly beginners, or do you get a massive variety? Do you get intermediate, professionals, or dancers in training?
Well, we don't really get, I don't want to say we get the professionals. We'll get the recreational girls, we'll get the first-time girls, recreational girls. And we do have a lot of girls that come in that have been dancing on pointe for a long time.
Fabulous.
So pretty much a variety of girls, which is always, you know, fun. You know, we get to teach them, and they get to teach us. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
You know what I mean? There's always that little extra. But we pretty much all levels of dance, all levels of pointe shoe dancers. Yes.
Go on, sorry.
I wanted to mention, sorry, Leanne, is that
Sorry.
Patty sews the ribbon and elastic on. We provide that service. So
sure, I do too. It's a great thing to do, because a lot of people don't want to sew their shoes. So
they buy a shoe that they, you know, it's so beautiful, and they don't want to spoil it.
I know. I understand.
So, you know, I always say to the girls, as well as the teachers, want them to learn how to do it themselves.
Uh-huh.
As long as you know how to take, you know, stitch it in case you need to repair it.
It's different.
Yeah.
But it is not easy, and we do that as a service.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great thing as a retailer to offer it. I mean, if I offer this, I mean, I offer it to all my customers, and I tell you, 99% of them take the service up.
Yep, absolutely.
And I don't blame them. I'm all for young ones learning to do it, don't get me wrong. So I always try to encourage the young ones to give it a go on an old pair so they can learn, or they can have a session with me to learn about it. Like, totally cool. But, you know, in this day and age, a lot of people just don't have the time, unless they're going to go into full-time training where they've got to learn to do it. That's different. But, you know, for the dancer that's doing it as a hobby, 9 times out of 10, they really can't be bothered to learn how to do it. It's just the way it is in this day and age. So, you know, why not offer it as a service?
Exactly. And they're very happy. The mothers say, oh, yes, please.
Totally. And also it's a good thing to do, because it makes them come back to you as well, because they, you know, they'll be like, oh, I remember they did it all for me. So they're like more likely to come back to you rather than go elsewhere. That's what I think anyway.
Exactly. One-stop shop.
So another question from Competitor's Closet: which style has the lowest vamp? So first of all, don't forget, we can custom order any of the models with a shorter vamp. I'm a short vamp girl myself, but I tell you something very interesting. I can wear, for example, 3007 off the rack without having to shorten the vamp. That never used to happen to me. I used to struggle. Every shoe I wore, even the Maya one, I'd have to have half a centimetre off it to make it work for me, because my toes are so short. However, our shortest model is Elite, but of course the Elite isn't going to work on everybody because it's a square shoe, it's very wide, it's a firmer shank. So try, when you think about shorter vamp, look at the dancer in front of you, see if what her foot configuration is and everything first. You could also try Smart Point, because that actually works. And Maya 1, Forte, Super Triumph Pre-Arch, there's loads. But generally speaking, when I see someone who needs a shorter vamp, what I think about personally is, I think, is it the vamp that is the problem here? Do they really need that shorter vamp, or are they struggling to get over because it's another issue? So really think about those things too. But do remember, we can custom order. We can even create a point shoe completely on its own last. What type of feet do you see most in your area, by the way? Oh, it's frozen. That's strange.
Sorry about that.
We do have a Smart Point here.
Yes, show us.
Yes, we have one. It does, and I can see that it has a shorter.
It's like between a U and a V shape as well, so that really helps as well with the roll through. But often it's a really common question. I'm going to do a video about it as well for YouTube, because what I find is dancers obsess about having a shorter vamp because they think it's going to fix their problems. But often it's because they have a problem they need to solve. So sometimes it's, for example, ankle flexibility. They're not getting over enough because they're not using their feet correctly. If it is because they have shorter toes, it's, okay, I totally get it. But we need to take into consideration other things, because you can, for example, you can even have a dancer with short toes who has great ankle flexibility. So if you go too short, she's going to banana. So you have to think about it logically as well. But I do notice it does seem to be a major thing where people really seem to obsess about it. It's one of the most common questions I get from dancers. But when they get fitted by me, they understand that, actually there are more shoes that work on them. They just wasn't fitted correctly in the first place.
Right, exactly.
So I was just wondering, what kind of feet do you get most in your area?
Well, we do get a lot of wide feet.
Of course, yeah.
Very wide feet.
Same here.
But then you get that very narrow foot.
Yes, opposite of both bends.
What would that kind of shoe that you would put for a narrow foot?
So I'm the best one to ask for this, because guess what? I'm one of those super narrow feet. I am so narrow that, guess what? I've just done myself a custom order in a 0X.
Wow.
And that is below the 1X, because all these years I've worn a 1X in Maya 1, 1X in 2007 models, and Maya 1 fits a bit bigger, but I really love my Maya 1. So this time I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try the 0X and see what happens. So the models that I really like to start with, when I've got that type of foot in front of me, if they have a low profile as well, that's even trickier, because they're very thin on top and they're very narrow. And also compressible feet can be tricky too. So first of all, I'll start with 2007, 3007. Then I'll go on to Nova. Then sometimes I'll try Dream Point 2007, just depends. I'll then try Miracles. Do you know what? It's interesting. The models that really don't work on narrow feet, from my experience as well, Super Triumph and Super Triumph Pre-Arch do not work. Even in the narrowest whips, they don't work on me because they're too high in profile. And I just sink regardless. And what I find personally is, with the Super Triumph, it's not so great on very, very narrow feet because it's very broad. So you tend to, it just doesn't flatter the foot as well. However, what's interesting is, although Super Triumph is built on the Forte last, Maya 1 and Forte can also work on narrow feet as long as you fit correctly. So I've had great experience with those for narrow feet also. But yeah, just take into consideration the profile height, definitely, because you've got to be really careful there. Because I've had dancers come to me from other Grishkos where they've been put in a very narrow width. But what's happened is, when they're on the flat, you can stick your fingers down the front. And obviously we don't want that. It's got to be, as you guys know, it's got to be a very firm fit. So Smart Point can work also, but I will say that my own experience with Smart Point is it didn't work on my narrow foot because my toes taper too much. So for me, it wasn't quite for me personally, but I have fitted other narrow feet in it, just as long as their toes weren't as tapered. They need to be more on the semi-tapered to broad kind of configuration. Someone's asked me, what style is the best for a lower arch? So first of all, we need to think about the other aspects of your foot, but generally speaking, you want to try shanks that are more flexible. You want to be sure that you're getting over enough, right? So Smart Point first is a good consideration for you if the box shape and profile height and everything else is good about it for your foot. You could also try any of the others because we have so many shank strengths, it's unbelievable. So for example, you could even wear a 3007 if you had the right shank for you. So don't be put off. This is another thing. A lot of people get put off by Grishko Nikolay shoes because they think that they're hard, but they are not. The reason why you think that is because some retailers only stock certain shanks and certain models. And this is where people are like, oh, is that it? That we have so many varieties in everything. It's absolutely incredible. So what do you guys, or do you guys, what are kind of like your top kind of sellers in terms of dancewear as well? Do you sell a lot of ballet leotards, or what kind of other items sell the most for you guys as a store?
Definitely leotards.
Definitely leotards.
Do you sell a lot of coloured ones, or mostly black, or how does, you know, tell us a little bit.
Black. The studios that we have that are we supply, most of them have black. We don't have anybody that does, you know, a class leotard or color blocks for levels.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly black. Yeah, just mostly black leotards.
So for the little ones.
The little tiny ones,
little ones.
Yeah, we sell a lot of dresses.
Oh yeah, aw.
Dresses, definitely pink and black dresses. But
Sparkles,
lots of sparkle.
Lots of sparkle.
Do you bring in many kind of fashion leotards often?
That is basically what we carry.
That's basically
is fashion.
All we carry is fashion.
Yeah, when it comes to basic, like, you know, it's very few and far between. All the girls are looking, because they have to wear black, they want the fun stuff.
Sure, of course, absolutely. Yeah. I get that.
We do stock basics though.
Yes.
We do have them for those just in case, but.
Do you stock guys stuff as well?
Yes.
Perfect. That's good news.
The only thing that I find though is that vendors, I don't feel geared towards the male dancers as much. So I find that in the industry, I've always said this, since 2010 when I first opened my other store, I've always found that there isn't enough of a variety for men.
We do.
That's something that needs to be developed a little bit more.
We do quite a lot of stuff for guys, actually, which is really cool. And also plenty of slippers, because you know what? I feel like some brands really don't dedicate enough slippers or warm-up wear to guys either, whereas we've got loads of it. So that is really awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Because it makes such a difference, you know. Guys need to be thought about too.
Yes. Absolutely.
How do you guys choose what you're gonna buy in terms of like dancewear? Like, what do you think about when you're choosing what you're gonna stock in your store?
Well, obviously we always think of black. You know, we always think of, you know, the little girls who are going into adult sizing, necklines and comfort, and, you know, things that are smooth and not itchy.
Yes, absolutely. That's key.
I'm a touch and feel person.
Yes, me too.
Stretch it.
Yes.
You know, I'll even try some things on just to make
I've got one of the Bolshoi Stars Senses leotards on.
Beautiful.
I really love it, and it's like velvet with lace, and it's so comfortable. What I love about our leotards is the fact that they are just so incredibly smooth. Like, you don't feel like it's gonna ride up, or you don't feel like when you're dancing that you think about what you're wearing too much. Whereas I found with some leotards, you're constantly like moving it around, and like you're messing around with the sleeves, and you're trying to get it to sit right. And I like the fact that they wash really well too, because I've got some like Grishko leotards from like years ago that are still in immaculate condition, like the colours, no bobbling. And I mean, it says on most of them to wash them by hand, but I actually put them in a 30-degree wash and they've been fine. So that's really awesome too.
Yeah, I always tell the girls, if you go in the dressing room and you're trying it on, bend, stretch, do whatever you need to.
Hands up over your head.
Yes, if you have to touch it after you've done that, then it's not the right one.
No.
It should be pretty comfortable and stay in place.
Yes,
when you work.
absolutely.
Yes.
No picking your seat for the show.
That's hilarious. Samantha has said, Leanne, you should do a dance wardrobe YouTube video. Your collection is gorgeous. Yes, that's one of my plans. I do plan to do a YouTube series about dancewear. And Mr. Grishko says we only use Italian fabrics. Yes, absolutely. The fabrics are absolutely divine. They're so soft. They're very careful when they create dancewear. They're very, very careful what fabrics they choose. It's only the finest of the you know, just the creme de la creme, really. Yeah. So that's what I love about them, is they really take their time when they bring new collections out. They don't just be like, oh yeah, we've got this new collection, what do you think about it? You know, there's fine detail there, like very fine detail. Let me just scroll through, see if I've not missed anything. Tell us also about, you know, your favorite thing about your store. Do you have anything that you love about your store the most?
I don't know. I love it all. I mean, we make it the way we love it. So, you know, we know when the girls come in, they're going to love it. And they do. They love everything about it. We have so many customers that come in and say, oh, I love it. It's my favorite store. They just, you know, it's like a kid in a candy store. We buy what the kids like. And I think,
yes,
you know, they're always in our minds when we're picking things out, and we know what they like because we've been with them for so long.
Of
you know,
course.
So long, so.
And I'm like a detective. I'm always looking for something, the newest and latest thing.
Yeah,
that's my niche.
Yes, that's very important, I think, for sure.
And social media.
Yeah.
You've got to have new, or the kids aren't going to come back.
No,
so it's
absolutely.
Constantly updating your fashion and, you know, rotating it and making sure that when they come in, they're seeing something different.
Peter says the answer should have been Noreen goes Patty and Patty goes Noreen in regards to favourite thing of the store.
It makes it worth the
drive. Funny.
Couldn't be a better team, so that's always
we
good.
Call each other Lucy and Ethel because we'll take things apart and get the drill out and you know just try to
that's
fix
amazing
on our own. So it's just
great team.
We work very well together.
And that's important, don't you think? Is that who you work with, you get on really well. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and loving what you do.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Someone else asked earlier, I think it was Kaylani. She said about using like different padding for point shoes, and her question was, what do you guys like usually reach for when you're fitting point shoes? Do you have like any personal favorite types of padding that you use on dancers?
I do like a padding that isn't real thick.
Yes, thank you. I agree.
I like a padding that the seams are very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I like a padding that you can wash.
I agree.
And keep clean, which most don't.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, I've had some. I'm sure you've had it too.
And
where dancers come.
You get the sweet feet smell out because it's not fun. But we do like the hygienically, you know, better materials that will allow the dancers' feet to breathe while they're inside their point shoes.
Yeah. I always say to dancers, less is more. You should always start minimal and see where the pressure points are for that dancer. So yeah. I even have dancers that just wear toe tape and a gel toe sock and that's it, which is great, you know, because I feel that too much bulk in the shoe means you can't feel what you're doing, but also the shoe can break down unevenly because you're pushing your foot into different areas where it shouldn't be. So that's my personal take on it. So anybody watching, always make sure, also don't keep switching your padding because when you're fitted, that is how your shoe is going to fit. If you go home and then start adding more and more to your shoe, your point shoe's not going to fit you correctly, and you could be potentially injured. Be very careful about that. Also, sorry?
Girls will come in and want to get a new pad, and they don't bring their shoes. Say, well, you know, it may not work.
No. Absolutely good point.
Try on.
Yeah.
You know, so you know it fits.
And that's reminded me of something, because also sometimes you get dancers that are trying to bulk their shoe out because their shoe's dead and they don't realise. I've had that as well.
Wow.
Where they call me up and they say, oh, could I buy this because I need to do this? And I say, hang on a minute, why do you need it? Is your shoe, are you in pain? Tell me about it. And then they'll explain what they're fitting. I'll be like, how old are your point shoes? And then sometimes they'll say a year, and I'm like, hold up. Yes. Please come by for a fitting. I'm not going to sell you the additional whatever you need, because you need to be refitted.
And why when you tell them to take your toe pads out when you're done dancing, and then they'll come in for, you know, to be checked, and their toe pads are inside their point shoes.
Yeah, I know. What do you guys usually say to dancers not to do with their shoes?
Well, you definitely don't want to leave them in your car and have them in the hot weather, in the cold weather, and then the hot weather.
No.
Or they put it in their car when it's, you know, 0 out. And
oh my God.
And they freeze, and they put them on and they break. You know, so the temperatures have a lot to do with it. Your body, you know, the way, not airing them out, not letting them dry.
Exactly.
And you know, I go over all of that. I mean, I can be with a dancer, you know, up to at least an hour sometimes, depending on, you know.
Finally, Mr. Grishko, sorry. Mr. Grishko's just mentioned next month you will see our Superliner. I'm so pleased about this. I think it's just to confirm, Peter, is it what we spoke about the other day? Because I was very keen for this years ago to happen, because I've been buying them elsewhere and it's been driving me mad not being able to buy them from Grishko or Nikolay. So I'm really excited about it. Let's wait till Peter confirms and I'll talk about it. But Samantha just says, if your shoe stretches through wear, is it okay to switch to thicker padding to fit it out? So I've been there myself, where you go say, for example, sometimes I go a width up in my shoe because at the time my foot is swollen or whatever. Then my shoe breaks down. Then I start to slide around because I've got compressible feet. So I use what we're going to be getting soon, which I buy from somewhere else. So I won't promote what I've got now, but it's basically like a box liner, but it's foam, and it takes up a little bit of room in your shoe, so that if your shoes still have wear, you can wear it and pop it in the box to lift you up a little bit more. But they're also good to wear. You can even wear them without toe pads if you require. But they are great for compressible feet. They're great for as a size changer, because you can take a bit of difference up in the shoes. So I'm really pleased about that. We've got 2 minutes remaining, but we'll hop back on because we haven't finished up yet. So for you guys watching, this stream will end in 1 minute, 33 seconds. Then I'll reboot it and you can rejoin, and we'll do another 10 minutes or so. So yeah, personally, I'm really pleased about it because it means I won't have to buy them from elsewhere anymore. Peter's saying no, I don't know why. So Samantha says they're really cool. Samantha, I already have them, but if you need one now, obviously it's from another brand. But anyway, I'm waffling on now, so let's not go on about that too much. So we'll hop back on in a second. So I'm going to refresh the stream now, so be sure to come back and we'll do another 10 minutes. One moment.